Welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. My name is Mike Panna. I'm the moderator in the series of videos that is all about Persian carpets and rugs from around the world. And in this video, I like to do, this is a quick follow-up actually to one of my subscribers who asked me about the Bidjar rugs. And he saw an antique Bidjar rug that I'm actually going to be featuring in this video. But the question that he asked was, if the Bidjar rugs are such high quality, these are like the meanest, the toughest, the most enduring types of Persian rugs, also known as the steel rugs and iron rugs. Well, if the Bidjar rugs are as so durable as we advertise them, and they are generally referred to as the longest lasting Persian rugs, how come there's so few antique ones? You would think, with all of the stores selling antique Persian rugs, and here on the ground is an example of one, how come there's virtually no antique Persian Bidjar rugs when they are supposed to be the toughest of the tough? Well, I thought I'm going to take a quick video and explain it to you guys. Share some of, actually it was a very good question. I had never thought about it, except for the fact that I have just posted this very unusual antique Bidjar on my website. And I'm going to get behind the camera as I always do and show you just why this is an absolute amazing and rare find. Here you have an old antique Bidjar rug that dates back to about 1880, which is something that you would think there would be a lot more of because of the way that they're knotted, the triple knot, just the tightness of the weave. I mean, the Bidjars are rightfully marketed as being the toughest, strongest, most durable types of Persian rugs. The antique one is so rare, and it is such an amazing condition that when we were able to get it, I figured, okay, I'm going to feature this thing in one of my videos anyways. But then having one of my subscribers watch the videos about the Bidjar rugs, emailed me and he said, Mike, I love this antique piece, but how come there's no other ones like it? So what I've done here is I'm going to show you the antique 1880 Bidjar rug. This is a piece that is about 140 years old at the time the video was taken here. And here you have a new, this is a gorgeous teacup quality Bidjar rug. And when you see the new piece, you would actually be thinking, okay, well, there should be a lot of older ones out there. The thing is, on the teacup, and I'm going to use this quality here as an example, these Bidjar rugs did not exist until approximately 1970. There was a few high-end Bidjar rugs that were being made, but there are so few that, generally speaking, the high-quality Bidjar rugs did not really come about until the 1960s. And this is why prior to, especially if you look at 1900, if you were to look at the year 1900, the rug production of the Bidjar rugs was a very tiny fraction of what it was 1960, 1970, 1980, and so on. And that is why this antique Bidjar rug is as valuable as it is rare. because they simply did not make that many of them. And this extreme high quality that you find in some of the newer pieces, and we are talking about the teacup quality that I feature in some of my other videos. These are the Bidjar rugs that have 250 knots per inch and higher. These are the very high quality Bidjar rugs. They were not around when this Bidjar rug was made. This is made this is as old as it gets. And when I get behind the video now, when I get behind the camera, I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna see the differences. You're gonna see the similarities. You're gonna see how this granddaddy and this grandson, so to speak, are related. You're gonna see some commonness, but you're also gonna see the difference. I made a video recently where I show you the gome rugs, how the gome rugs evolved from the ones that you had 100 years ago to the ones that you see now. This is a similar video. So if you are into Bidjar rugs, I think you're going to really enjoy seeing the differences in between the two. So as always, I'm going to say goodbye right now up front. I'm going to get behind the camera as I always do. So time for me to get off my butt and do what I do. And so I'll see you again here from behind the camera. So here I'm back again as always, and to get things started, here you have the Antique Bidjar rug, and I'm just gonna basically show you what it looks like. Roughly, I think it's like a 1.5 meter by 2 meter. But what is really remarkable about this piece, and this really shows you, it's a testament to the character that is the Bidjar rug. This one dates back to about 1880. And it is in such immaculate condition. But this was a carpet that was basically used and abused. Even back then, the quality of the Bidjars, I mean, they were just renowned for their toughness. But here you have a carpet. A lot of the pile has just worn out over the years, but it is such a remarkable piece. You will also notice in the old piece, and this is, like I said, this one dates back to about 1880. A couple of things you will notice in the antique rugs. If you look at the edging, you notice it is not as straight, and this is perfect example right here. On the right is a new piece, and on the left is the granddaddy. Notice how the granddaddy is not as perfectly straight as the newer pieces. And this is basically simply due to the change. I don't want to use the word technology, but even the weaving boards where they made where the rugs are knotted on, a lot of it has changed. Also, in the old days, they did not put the leather stripping. Nowadays, on the Bidjar, especially on the high-end pieces, you have to. Without it, the rugs would just curl up on the sides. But this also helps. Also, if you look at, and I'm just gonna bring this over here, you can see the difference in the way the rugs are knotted. This, back then, was considered high quality. We're talking triple knotted, but about 100, 150 knots per square inch. Here we have the new piece, 350 knots per square inch. This is still, I mean, like I said, even with the low knot count, you see the way the workmanship is. And then you look at the rug and you realize there's no torn areas. This is an evenly worn out, basically Bidjar rug, but the pile that is mostly gone, but what is left is a very I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Really rare find. You will also notice the fringes. In the old days, fringes, cotton foundation, but versus this is how it was done in the old days. The cotton was basically left as is, whereas today you could say the cotton that is basically, I mean, the reason why you see both of them cotton, the difference between the two, natural cotton as is, as it comes off the trees, and this one, obviously, the cotton nowadays, they basically bleach them out. That's the best way for me to put it. But what you see right here is, again, you can see the discoloring. You can see how it changes. Everything here is obviously 100% pure vegetable dye. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, for someone who's into Persian rugs, this is like another one of those holy grail kind of finds. It's just a real pleasure. I love the Bidjar rugs because I know that when my clients buy these, they're buying them basically for life. I always tell my clients, you're not buying rugs as investment pieces. You buy the carpets because you want to enjoy them for basically your life. And the Bidjar rugs are the perfect type of carpets that your children will be born in. This is a carpet that if you have small children, this is what you would want to have in your home. And after they have grown up and they started their own families, guess what they're going to inherit? And so this, and I always tell people with the Bidjar rugs, don't worry about, you're not buying investment rugs, you're buying rugs that have for you a personal story. And here you have a perfect example. Here you got the new Bidjar, and here you have an old antique, really it's almost like a one of a kind. This is really the first antique Bidjar rug. Like I said, dates back to about 1880. We had very closely examined. I mean, we looked at, we spent God knows how much time on this carpet, just enjoying it. For someone who loves Persian rugs as much as we do, we'll just, you know, this is one of those carpets where, well, my uncle was thinking about actually keeping it for himself, but so it doesn't matter. Regardless of what the future holds for this carpet, for me to be able to share it with you, it's a personal thing for me. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this may also answer some of the questions. The production of the Bidjar rugs did not really pick up until about 1960. Prior to that, they were made in very small numbers, and they were mainly made for the domestic market. This is why you don't find a lot of very old Bidjar rugs. Now, in 100 years from now, I think you're going to see an awful lot of these, because these take up quality, especially these high-end, these take up quality. This runner right here, I have no doubt that if a customer buys it, places it in their hallway, this is going to be passed down from generation to generation to generation. This is an absolute amazing quality. But again, because they didn't make them back then, they didn't exist. The weaving technique, the means that were needed in order to create this type of quality Bidjar rug simply wasn't there. So this was as good as it gets, and even back then, as you can see, it absolutely worked. It has lasted. So if you are a fan of Bidjar rugs, I hope this video was of help to you. And for the same, if you are passionate about older Persian rugs, again, as always, feel free to check us out at mprugs.com, where we have a lot more information as well as details about the various rugs. or leave me any questions in the comments section. So best wishes from all of us, and we'll look forward to featuring more videos in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.